extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, the spin. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, Cook. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Cousins on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Handoff comes to Cook. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On third down, Cousins. He may try and run for this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to be Packer football. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He's to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This is a 26-yard attempt, and Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Wide open receiver complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Cousins now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flush to his right. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Again, this is Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to be Packer football.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
2nd down, Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd and 5.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Cousins from the gun on third. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down right about the 20. In on the stop there, Andrew Sendejo.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Crosby puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to the...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, flipper. Gun. Listen.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Again, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
All right, now look at this.
They'll throw now on the final play, and that is incomplete. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 9.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On the ground, it's Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen from 13 yards out. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now back to throw. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
That has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
319! 319!
They'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The 1st-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Throwing, Cousins, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Going for the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the former 1st-rounder Trey Waynes. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Lynch 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A give to Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun!
They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Cousins out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he goes
goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. J.D. McKissick, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's going deep for Brown. They've got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The give is to Jones. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it with Jones. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
They was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
He's back to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 23 yards on the play. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go now.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
The Packers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
This is Jones. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.